I think we should add another symbol to the LGBTQIA plus rainbow. I think it should be LGBTQIA plus $sign. And I know you guys are like, oh, but there's a lot of terrible people who have rich parents. Yes, but there are also a lot of horrible queers, all right? So what's your point? I know this is going to come as a shock to everyone here, but I haven't always been a hilarious comedian. I know, your minds are blown. You weren't born with a microphone. So I used to be a lawyer. Yeah, this is a decision I made with my life. I used to be a war crimes lawyer with the United Nations. Yeah, until I decided it was time to get serious. And here we are. Life is short, you know? Sometimes you've got to look yourself in the mirror and say, Jess, where's this whole being a UN war crimes lawyer thing really going to get you? Sure, bringing war criminals to justice is a great way to kill time and hang out with your friends. But maybe it's time you put your law degree to use bailing degenerate comics out of minor drug offenses. That was every conversation when I started comedy. It was like, Jess, I'm having a little bit of a legal issue. Okay, did you commit a genocide? Because if not, I cannot help you. It's not my area. I don't always like to bring up my former career. I did have a woman heckle me once. She yelled, "You should have stuck to law." I know. Yeah, I was like, you don't know how bad at law I was, lady. So I really showed her. A lot of people have asked me over the years, how does one go from law to comedy? And number one, I don't recommend it. But number two, I would say, and I've now thought about this deeply, that a very important part, an essential ingredient, is that you decide for yourself, that you really make peace within yourself with the fact that dignity, not for you. You don't need it. You don't care for it. You like to be judged. You're happy to be embarrassed. Okay? A lot of you I've harassed to come to the show multiple times. Doesn't faze me. I was taking a flight from Montreal, where I'm from, as you know, to The Hague, where I was working as a war crimes lawyer with the United Nations. And when I got there in the morning, it was an overnight flight. I had to go straight to work, so I really needed to sleep on the plane. And a friend of mine helped me out and gave me some Ativan. I'd never done Ativan before. Yeah, I don't know if Ativan's like a drug you do, you know? We were like, let's do some Ativan this weekend. It's Burning Man, you know? But my policy with new drugs was always to be in a comfortable place with trusted people, all right? Not in the middle seat of economy on a Dutch airline. I don't know if we have any Dutch people here. Okay, good. Yeah, not a warm or generous people. You guys know the expression going Dutch? Yeah. Nobody's treating splitting the bill right down the middle. Nobody's treating anyone over there. People think it's feminism. It's not. It's Holland, okay? You guys know bring your own booze BYOB party, bring your own booze parties, right? Fun, good. Over there, sometimes they also tell you to bring your own chair. They won't give you a chair. This is what you guys know the expression youth is wasted on the young? Okay, it's not about the Dutch, but I've adapted it to say good looks are wasted on the Dutch. Very tall, very athletic, very gorgeous people. Zero sex appeal, nothing. Nothing. Do you know what a short, hairy Italian man would do with that height and bone structure? It's not a fair world, okay? There's not a lot of people you can make fun of anymore. But the Dutch, still squarely on the board, okay? A lot of countries have their stereotypes, right? You go to France, you're like, I'll feel fat and get treated like a little bitch. This is why I came to Paris, okay? But people think you go to Holland, everyone's gonna be so chill, right? Because they've had legal weed and prostitution forever. The least chill people. The most, this is what they say all the time. This is the main thing you hear. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. You're like, can I get tomato on my sandwich? They're like, it's not possible. You're like, but you have tomato for other sandwiches. Like, I don't think you understand what within the realm of possibility means. So I'm not well. I mean, obviously I'm not well, but I wasn't well on the flight. The Ativan started coming on like some bad ecstasy I'd taken in the late 90s that I'd bought from a guy with a wallet chain. Don't buy drugs from a guy with a wallet chain, okay? If he can't keep track of his wallet, what is he doing, all right? He's already got a cargo pant pocket for it. It's mittens on a string, okay? For the Canadians. I puke in my bag. That's my nightmare, to puke in front of people. No, thank you. Oh my God. I do not want to be perceived in that moment at all. Do not follow me into the bathroom at a party and hold my hair back. Never. Leave me, like, I want to be like a cat that knows that it's dying and finds a porch to crawl under and die with some privacy. Never. I would rather you all see my cum face right now. And it's not a good one. All right? My wife has told me I look like Bill Cosby eating pudding. Right after I puked, I immediately had to diarrhea. And I threw off my seatbelt to make a break for the bathroom, but yes. I should tell you, we were still on the runway. The plane had not taken off yet, so all the flight attendants are like, no, you can't get up. But then they take one look at my face, and they make a collective decision for the welfare of the aircraft to let me go to the bathroom. Socialism. I get to the bathroom just in time. I pull my pants down. I'm so relieved. What's coming out of me? Is it pee? Is it poo? Who knows? It's liquid. It's liquid for sure. But I'm so glad I'm there. And then within seconds, my field of vision starts filling up with black dots, which I know means I'm going to faint. Because I used to smoke, like I used to hold, when I smoked weed, when I was learning to smoke weed when I was a teen, like I'd hold it in so long that I'd cut the oxygen to my brain and I'd faint and my high friends would have to take care of me. It was... So I know I only have seconds before I'm going to faint in this bathroom, and that means that they're going to break down the door. They're going to have to break down they can't take off with a girl in the bathroom, okay? We're on the runway. They're going to have to break down the door and drag me out of there with my naked diarrhea ass, okay? Like, I thought puking in front of people was bad. Guess what? I have a whole new nightmare I hadn't previously considered. So I quickly pull my pants up, no wipe, no zip, and I crack the door open. Hit the ground. Out cold. Feet in the bathroom, body in the plane, all right? I come to, there's a doctor. They've called for a doctor, there's one. They're trying to get me off the plane, okay? I'm like, no, you can't. You can't. I must get to The Hague. I am a war crimes lawyer with the United Nations. Milosevic is waiting for me. That's a deep cut. Okay, anyway. They let me stay on the plane. The plane takes off. I'm like in my seat. I fall asleep, thank God. But then midway over the Atlantic, the lava lamp that is my body is like plugged back in. I wake up and I puke in my neighbor's bag. Not her purse, her puke bag. They only give you one, the Dutch. Okay, so I puke in her bag. I fill it right to the top, right? Like a Guinness where you're like, is it gonna go over? Is it not gonna go over? You know what I mean? I know. And I only had seconds to draw the clover with my finger in the top of it. Before I suddenly had to diarrhea again. Because this is apparently what my body does at this point, is just puke with a diarrhea chaser. And I know. So I'm running to the bathroom and I get there just in time. And what's coming out of me, the pressure of what is coming out, I could have restained an old deck. Honestly, like the pressure. I know. Some audiences laugh more, some are more grossed, and you guys are really more on the gross than the funny. My field of vision immediately starts filling up with black dots again. And I know I only have seconds before I'm going to faint, and they're going to have to break down the door and pull me out of there with my naked diarrhea. So I'm like, I've come this far. What in the deja vu is this? How am I in this situation? I know I have seconds, so I quickly pull my pants up again, no wipe, no zip. I crack the door open, hit the ground. Feet in the bathroom, body in the chalk mark outline from before. Okay? Some people have seen this twice. Some people have been in their seat, reading their in-flight magazine, minding their own business, seen a woman go into the bathroom, and not 7 seconds later, maybe allergic to her own reflection in the mirror, come out, hit the ground in the same place. I was like, I'm very ill. Like, I need to, they're gonna put me in business class. I need to lie flat, obviously. Not the Dutch. That's why they're such a tall, athletic, strong people. They've killed off the weak ones, like me. You know what they said. It's not possible. So I went back to my seat and I collected my things and I went to the back of the plane and I lay down on the floor behind the last row of seats and the wall. I crawled under there like a cat, looking to die under a porch with some privacy. And as I was lying under there, my head on my rolled up coat, I had a minute to consider my circumstances and I realized I could do stand-up comedy.